Now, good morning, everyone. Now, the next part of the lesson electrochemistry is metallic conductance. And before starting the lesson, uh, we all know that we are in unlock 5. So, wear mask, uh, wash your hand with the help of the water and the soap for at least 20 seconds and maintain the physical distance from each other. Now come to the topic, that is metallic conductance. Now metallic, not conductor, that is metallic conductors. So we know that the conductors are of two types. The first one is the metallic conductor, and the metallic conductor is also known as electronic conductors. This one is metallic conductors. So metallic conductor, also known as the electronic conductor. So these are metallic substances. It is clear from the name that these are metallic substances which allow the electricity to pass through them without undergoing any chemical change. Without undergoing any chemical change. So such a substance are known as the metallic conductors, or they are also termed as the electronic conductors. So metals and their alloy have a very large conductivity. All the metals and their alloy have a very large conductivity, and they are known as the conductors. For example, copper, silver. We know that silver is the best conductor of heat and electricity. So the examples are copper, silver. The flow of electric current through the metallic conductor is due to the flow of electron. This is the main reason, because in the metallic conductor there is a flow of electron in the metal atom. That's why they are the very good conductor of heat and electricity. And electrical conductance through the metal is called the metallic conductance. Electrical conductance, when they carry the electricity, so at that time they are termed as a metallic conductance. When they conduct electricity through the metal, they are called the metallic conductance, or sometimes they are also called the electronic conductance. Metallic conductance or the electronic conductance. So the electronic conductance depends upon depends upon some factors, and among these factors, the first one is the nature and structure. The nature and structure of the metal. Now, the second is number of valency electrons per atom, number of valency electron per atom, and the third one is the density of metal. Third one is the density of metal. Fourth one is temperature. Fourth one is temperature. And as the electrons enter at one end and go out at the other end, the composition of the metallic conductor remains unchanged. So these are the factor on which the electrical conductance depends. And these actually we are talking about the metallic conductors, so we are talking about the metal, but there are certain non-metal there are certain exceptional case that non-metal, that is carbon black is a non-metal. So the carbon black and another one is the graphite. These are the example of non-metal: carbon black, graphite, and some organic polymers are also electronically conducting. They are the good conductor, hence they are collectively called the electronic conductor. They are also termed as the electronic conductors. Now come to the next topic or next type of a conductor, and it is known as electrolytes. It is called electrolyte or also called electrolytic. It is also called electrolytic conductors. This is the next heading: electrolytes or electrolytic conductors. So these are the substances which allow the electricity to pass through them in their molten state. Or in the form of, if we are talking about the molten state, definitely we are talking about the aqueous solution. So these are the substances which allow the electric current to pass through them in their, the main thing is molten and state, or in the form of a aqueous solution, and undergo chemical decomposition. So for example, acids and the bases and the salts are the electrolytes. All the acids, bases and salts, they are considered as electrolytes. Acids, bases and the salt, they are considered as a electrolytes. And the flow of electric current through the electrolytic solution, because electricity is flowing here, they are the good conductor of heat and electricity. So the flow of electric current through the electrolytic solution is called electrolytic conductance, is known as the electrolytic conductance. And in this type of conduction, it means in the electrolytic type of conductance, in this type of conduction, charge is carried by ion. Here charge is carried by ions. Here in this case, the electricity is carried by the flow of electron. But here in this case, in the case of electrolytic conductor, the charge is carried by the ions, and therefore it is, if the ion word is used, so therefore it is also known as ionic conductance. That type of conductance is This type of conductance is also known as the ionic conductance, because ions are responsible to carry the charge from one part to the another part, and thus the conduction will not occur unless the ion of the electrolyte are free to move. If the ion are not free to move from one place to another place, so there will be no conductance of the electricity. And if the ions are freely moved from one place to another place, so they by their movement the electric current is passed from one to another, and therefore these substances do not conduct electricity in the molten state, because in the solid state, if these type of if the electrolytic substances are present in the solid state, so they can't they can't have a free electron. In case of the solid state, they don't have the free ions, they don't have free ions, so they can't conduct electricity. Electricity will be conducted only when the substance is in the molten state or in the aqueous state, because in these two states, that is the molten and the aqueous state, we have the free electrons, we get the free ions. So definitely free ion move easily from one place to another, and they carry the electric current. And these substances do not conduct the electricity in the solid state, but conduct electricity in the molten state or in the aqueous solution, in the form of aqueous solution, due to the movement of the ion, because the ions are free to move. So when ions are free to move, so definitely there will be the conductance of electricity. Now there is one more term, that is non-electrolytes. This one is the electrolyte. So these are the substances which carry the electric current, which conduct the electricity in the molten state or in the aqueous state and undergo decomposition. So opposite of the electrolyte is the non-electrolyte. So it is clear from the name that non-electrolyte, definitely they will not conduct electricity. That's why they are termed as a non-electrolytes. So the substances which do not conduct electricity either in the molten state or in the aqueous solution. So non-electrolyte means the substances which do not conduct electricity either in the molten state or in aqueous state or the aqueous solution. They are termed as a non-electrolytes. And the example of the non-electrolyte, if we are discussing about the example, so the example means sugar. If we prepare a solution of sugar with the help of water, so it can't carry the electricity, it can't conduct the electricity. Or alcohol, for example, ethyl alcohol, we have the ethyl alcohol, glucose, urea, etc. So there are so many examples of the non-electrolyte, means which do not conduct electricity either in the molten state, either in the solid state, or either in the aqueous state. So this is the basic difference between the electrolyte and the non-electrolyte. Now if you want to differentiate between the metallic and the electrolytic conduction, if you want to distinguish, so the metallic conduction is carried by the basic difference is, that is the metallic conductance, and this one is the electrolytic conductance. So the basic difference between metallic conductance and the electrolytic conductance is that metallic conductance is carried by the, which is responsible, movement of electrons. And here electrolytic conductance we have already discussed. There is a movement of ion. Movement of ion. Here movement of electron and here movement of ion. Now this is the one difference. Now the second difference is a metallic conductance decreases with increase in temperature. Metallic conductance decreases with increase in temperature. Metallic conductance decreases with increase in temperature. And let's come here, that is the electrolytic conductance. So the electrolytic conductance increases with increase in temperature. With increase, it increases as the temperature increases. So it is directly, electrolytic conductance is directly proportional to the temperature, and the metallic conductance is inversely proportional to the temperature. Now the next difference is this one, that is the metallic conductance does not involve the transfer of any matter. It does not involve transfer. It does not involve transfer of any matter. It does not involve transfer of any matter. And whereas the if we are talking about the electrolytic conductance, so it involves the transfer of matter or the ion. It involves the transfer of matter or ions. So this is the another difference between the metallic conductance and the electrolytic conductance. And the another more important difference is there, and that is that the metallic conductance it involve no change in a chemical property of the conductor. The metallic conductance, it involve no change in the chemical property of the conductors. And if we are talking about the electrolytic conductance, so it involves the decomposition, which we have already studied in their in the definition of the electrolytic conductor, that the chemical decomposition takes place in case of the electrolytic conductor. The chemical decomposition takes place. So in case of the electrolytic conductors, it involves the decomposition of electrolytes, and as a result of the chemical reaction. So here we get the decomposition of electrolyte takes place here in this case, in the case of the electrolytic conductance, and it is as a result of a chemical reaction. When the chemical reaction takes place in the electrolytic conductance or electrolytic conductors or electrolytic conductance, so as a result of it, the decomposition of the electrolyte takes place. So these are the main difference between the metallic conductance and the electrolytic conductance. That is, I hope it's clear, that is the metallic conductance. But keep in mind, the main thing is the metallic conductance, because both are the type of the conductors. They both are the conductors. So if they both are the conductor, it means they both conduct electricity from one place to another place. But only the reason behind the conductance of the electricity is different. Here in this case, here the movement of the electron takes place, and here the movement of the ion takes place. That is the basic difference behind the conductance of the metallic conductor and the electrolytic conductor. Now the rest are these are the features which depends, that is the temperature, how the variation of the temperature takes place in the metallic conductor and the electrolytic conductance, and what happen in case of the metallic conductors, that is the transfer of any matter doesn't takes place. But here in case of the electrolytic conductors, it involves the transfer of the matter, or we can say that here the transfer of the ions also takes place in case of the electrolytic conductor.